Hi, Sharon here. I thought I'd have a go at these masterboards that everybody seems to be making. I've got my papers here, which I'm going to follow what Joey DeFee's done to a certain extent, and also Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. She's done something similar as well. And also I was watching Shabby Dabby Doodah this morning, Tina, and she seems to have been quite addicted to them. I must admit, I've made one already, see how it would go, and it went quite well, so I was quite pleased with it. Oops. This one I think I'm making a little bit smaller. I'm trying to keep it in my guidelines on the mat. I'm doing 11 inches by 15, so hopefully it should be all right. Do a bit more glue. I must admit, you just stick all these pages down in layers like this. I've just got, mine are actually quite oh dear, cut, because I cut these out years ago out of a book when I first started, and didn't realise you should actually probably tear them out. So they are a bit straight. Right, so you do, I've done one layer like this with it straight across, and one layer with it, I'll move the camera over a bit, that's it, and one layer with it, oh God, horizontal. So now I will do it the other way, so that you're going over the joins as well. But now you've got your page size, or the size you want, you know, it's a bit easier once you've got one layer down like this. Had a lovely barbecue. It's Monday today. Had a lovely barbecue yesterday afternoon. Whoops. Oopsie daisy. Nice piece of steak. Do get some good steak over here. Sorry for any vegetarians or vegans. Whoops. That's not level. Like that. What I want to do is actually make a folio. I think Joey has been making oh dear, journal cards, tags, etc. And but Barbara at 49 Butterflies made a book cover, journal cover. So I thought I might have a go at making a folio with it and see how that goes. Right, that across there, like that. And one more. Oh, I might have to do a strip as well. Another strip, which I can tear. Up like that. And then I will tear a strip like that. Because I am going to put a third layer, but the third layer I'm actually using some vintage paper from a thesaurus I've got. So none of this will actually be seen, this bit. Right, this is the thesaurus that I have, an old Collins one, don't know when from, but it's nice and yellowy. So pull out some pages from this. There. Just starting at the front and going downwards. First time I've used this. I think I might have used the odd page for a few things. And then I go back the other way now. Whoops, that way. Anyway, start of a new week, see how it all goes. I've got some orders I've been having to complete, which I've just about managed to finish. It's lovely doing orders and getting them, but at the same time, it's also nice to do the things you want to do, that you like making as well. So, yeah, I'll be glad to get back to making what I want to do, which is why I was thinking about this folio. And I've got some other things in the pipeline that I'm going to be doing as well. Some other type of journals using a different way of binding the signatures. Or binding the pages, shall I say, not the signatures. But we'll see, that will come up in a few weeks' time. Well, as I said yesterday, the weather has improved here, and then I checked the weather today and we're supposed to be having rain at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Quite how they know that they're that accurate, I never know. I'm hoping, it's got quite windy here, that I'm hoping it's going to blow over. Oops, I'll put that this way round. And then I need just one more page, I think. Yeah, one more page. Then you let it dry. Then when it's dry, you go back over and just check if there's any loose pieces anywhere for you to just quickly glue down. Like that. There, I think there will be at the top here. There's going to be some places, but I'll let that dry. And you see it's quite thick once you've done that. Yeah, there's some over here as well. But as I say, at the end you go back over once it's dry and check where you've got your gaps. Now, in true Blue Peter style, I did one earlier here, which I've done all the gluing down everywhere and where it needs to, all the extra bits so that it stays. This is going to be the outside. What I'm doing next is getting some gesso, and I'm painting gesso over the top, but hopefully I can see some of the words through it. I'm not sure, because after I've done the gesso and that's dry, I'm thinking of putting some chalk paint over the top. So we will see how it goes. Now, you don't want to watch me painting this for the next few minutes, do you really? So I'll go and do the rest of this off camera and come back. Okay, this is all dry now. So what we've got to do is, I've got some vintage, put the lid on, some vintage chalk paint I'm going to use, Desert Rose. It's a make we get over here called Daily Art from the craft shop. I'm going to paint over the gesso now as well, like this. And yes, I found with this that the text, the gesso, the text was coming through, but it's not with this rose. Maybe a bit too much on my brush, maybe a bit less on the brush. When you first put it on. Anyway, I'll see how it goes, see what happens. Okay, this is now dry, and I've done it like this, leaving some of the white gesso, you can see through it. The next thing I'm doing is taking some fine texture paste and a spatula. It's quite stiff, this paste, but works quite well. Oops. And a stencil, and I'm just putting down some of this through some of the stencil, like this. It's quite a stiff paste. I'm not sure whether it's gone stiff like this because of the sun over here, or whether it was like this. I haven't used it for quite a while, so maybe it was because it was like this. It's gone because of the sun. Anyway, you need to push it through quite well. Really scrape it over the top so that it's all in. Like that. Lift it off. And you can see you've got a nice texture on there. So I need to go over this in different places. So I'll come back to you when it's dry. Okay, this isn't dry yet, but this is what I've done. I've put over it. Bearing in mind I'm going to be folding it in 3, roughly like that, to make a folio. So on the back I didn't put as much as I'm doing on the front here and the front there. Now I need to let that dry, and then the next thing we're going to be doing is painting it. So see you when this is dry. Okay, this is now dry that I've done here, so I've got this texture paste. So what I plan to do is use watercolours, and I'm using blue gold from a set called Starry Eyes from Tambi, Gansai Tambi. I think I got these off of AliExpress, or it might have been Craftelia, I can't remember. I use them quite a lot, the watercolours. They're metallics and they have all different golds on there. So the plan is to very gently colour in, paint. This is going to take a while, as you can probably see. Paint these gold like this. Doesn't really matter if you go over the edges either. I think it's nice anyway. I'm hoping it's just going to be one coat that will be needed. So it's just like this. As I say, I think this is going to take me a while, so I'll come back when I've finished. By now, and as you can see, I've painted it the gold watercolour. Now what I'm going to do is use this Distress Collage Medium by Ranger, Tim Holtz. It's a matte. He does a crazy or crazing one, and he also does this one, which is vintage. And I quite often put that over tags and it comes out lovely, really nice, especially when you collage. Right, you have to do it very, very lightly and very little of it. Not a lot. But I'm just doing it to protect it for when people are opening and shutting it. Now it does, if you don't do it very lightly, because I've had a practice go with this, and it can take the watercolour paint off. So very, very gently, like that. So I will go through the rest of it and then show you at the end, but I don't think you're going to really see much because it's a matte finish, but this will just protect it. Then the next thing I'm going to do is make a folio with it, and I'll come back with a flip through with that. Thanks very much. Bye.